My name is Reverend Clee Ernest Lowe. I pastor the Greater Mount Carmel Baptist Church of Scotlandville, located in uptown Baton Rouge. And on behalf of the charter members of the Baton Rouge Early Childhood Education Collaborative Incorporated, which are Dan and Sheila Chavis, Sister Theda Williams, the illustrious Pat Smith, and yours truly, who serves as the chairman of the board. And we are extremely honored to have you to be present with us this morning as we have gathered for a very special and worthy announcement. Just succinctly to talk a little bit about who we are, tell you something about our story. The Baton Rouge Early Childhood Education Collaborative Incorporated was formed by concerned community educators, a faith leader, and a business owner who came together to address the educational needs of low-income, unserved preschool children in rural and urban communities. These children are receiving in-home care from family members and other caregivers without any or very limited education to prepare them to master the higher challenges of kindergarten. And this group realized that the entire community was willing to assist, but did not have a vehicle to organize and direct their contributions for maximum benefit of children and families. So the Baton Rouge Early Childhood Education Collaborative was founded in April 2019 to serve this critical role. And I want you to know that this collaborative is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And as all of you are well aware, that each vibrant and living organization has a mission to perform. And our mission is to facilitate the collaboration of organizations to provide early childhood education and support to families of under-resourced children in preparing them for kindergarten. Who are we? Well, allow me to remind you that we are a nonprofit network of community organizations working with families and caregivers in their homes to prepare children for kindergarten. The collaborative serves the greater Baton Rouge area and beyond. Our membership includes local and state governmental agencies, businesses, churches, Greek organizations, individuals, and a variety of nonprofits serving various populations within rural and urban communities. We are a community, organizations working with families and caregivers to prepare children for kindergarten. Now, please welcome to the podium the Honorable Patricia Smith, Executive Director of the Baton Rouge Early Childhood Education Collaborative.
Thank you, Reverend Lowe, for the introduction, and I'm so pleased to be here this morning and excited to provide you with the nuts and bolts of the HOMESTART Early Childhood Project. But before I do, let me tell you about my experience with early childhood education. I grew up in the 40s and the 50s, a long time ago. My aunt ran the Payne's Nursery School in our backyard. My grandfather built the structure. My grandmother cooked the lunch daily for everyone. And I can assure you that every child that went through the Payne's Nursery had a very successful educational journey. There were other daycares as well, because this was the norm during that time for African American children. This was an experience that we didn't think about much, but we went to school with much more knowledge than those who did not experience it. Today's world is different, or then again, maybe not. Everybody didn't have a chance to go to these nursery schools during my time, and it's similar today, only at a much larger impact. I didn't know if there were any daycares or learning centers for non-minority children during that time, but we were blessed to have people who wanted us to have a successful educational journey. And that's true today. Too many of our brown, black, and poor young children are not getting prepared for education due to a myriad of reasons: transportation, wait list, financial resources, lack of early learning facilities, and others. We all know that the earlier we're able to reach children and families with successful educational programs, the better prepared they are for starting school. Paired with health education at an early age will set the stage for greater outcomes for our future and their future. And that's paraphrasing the quote from Michael Tipton in our press release. And that's exactly what the HOMESTART program plans to do. The HOMESTART program is designed to provide services and support to assist low-income families in preparing their children for kindergarten. The focus of the program is underserved preschoolers not enrolled in any other form of daycare or learning environment, and families having resource and commitment barriers that hinder their efforts to prepare their children for kindergarten. HOMESTART will provide services to East Baton Rouge Parish Housing Authority families signed on to the program via an educational coordinator, education coach, and an early learning specialist who will work with the parent or caregivers. A computer tablet, books, and educational toys will be provided by the program. The educational coordinator and coach will direct and facilitate the family's participation in community early childhood education and development programs such as Bright by Text, East Baton Rouge Parish Library's literacy text, and via virtual or home visits once COVID is contained. Families will be introduced to other community resources as needed to address household issues that may surface during the early learning specialist visit. Those issues may include child development and family access to health care and even nutritional issues. Using technology and providing assistance to families to access online and other means of learning is not the only method to be used in this project. Enrolling children 2 to 4 years old in the Parent Child Plus program will be another tool in our toolbox. Parent Child Plus has 50 years of proven success with low-income families helping to build school readiness skills for 2 to 4 year old children and has been adopted in 15 states. The early learning specialist will provide families with 92 virtual or home visits over a 2-year cycle, along with 46 books and educational toys matched to the early childhood curriculum. That curriculum is correlated to Louisiana early childhood standards under Louisiana Believes Birth to 5 early learning development standards. This is a brief snapshot, and I hope that you've heard what you like, I hope you like what you've heard so far. And I want you now to meet our experienced and qualified team members who have been directly and diligently working to begin implementation of this program. 4 staff members are present here, and I'd like to introduce them. Dan Chavis, just stand, serves as the COO and HOMESTART Grant Project Manager. Dan is a retired founder and administrator of an allied health vocational school, which he operated for 20 years, and the founder and administrator of a home health agency. He is also a retired Naval Reserve officer. Dan has extensive experience in administration, workforce development, marketing, and community outreach. Theda Williams. Theda serves as an educational consultant and community liaison. Theda is a retired East Baton Rouge Parish School System early childhood educational administrator, where she supervised Gus the Bus and the Hippie program. She is a long life advocate for early childhood education and is a charter board member of the collaborative. Sheila Chavis. Sheila serves as education director. She is a retired educator, former classroom teacher at Baton Rouge Magnet High School. retired Louisiana Department of Education Director of the Teacher Assessment Program. She is a reading specialist and a certified Parent-Child Plus program coordinator. Sheila has experience with statewide program implementation, teacher training, and evaluation. Melba Venison. Melba serves as Assistant Education Director. She is a former classroom teacher who worked in the education department at UNO and SUNO. She supervised early childhood education teachers, and she was a former teacher assessment trainer for the Louisiana Department of Education. The education staff not presented here today are currently involved in the second phase of the training provided by New York-based Parent-Child Plus organization. The staff includes the educational coordinator, Monique Chambers Glover, and former pre-K education teacher in EBR parish schools and an administrator of an early childhood center. The other staff member is the education coach, Amber Alexis, who is an experienced educator, tutor, and president of Go Learn Solutions. She is the HOMESTART's technology coordinator, specialist. The education coordinator, education coach, Ms. Venison and Ms. Chavis, all recently participated in a 6-day and still continuing Parent-Childhood Plus virtual learning with folks from other states. This will be the Louisiana's first chance at the early childhood program utilizing Parent-Child Plus. The HOMESTART program intake process is scheduled to begin in March. With the experience of these individuals, HOMESTART is well prepared for implementation of the program. And I'd now like to introduce Ms. Theda Williams, if she would come forward.
Good morning, all, and thank you, Pat, for such a wonderful intro. I'd like to, before I know what my task is, but I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege. And since I look around the room, I think I might be the oldest here. I can ride on that as my excuse. I just want to say, as I was sitting here and reflecting on everything, there's several expressions that came to mind. One is that nothing is new under the sun. Another is that what goes around comes around. And so I was thinking about when I was working in the school system, I brought into the school system the first pre-K program in 1984 to serve just the population that we're talking about right now. Pat also mentioned Gus the Bus. Jay, that was a program that we brought into the housing development centers. We had buses that had been gutted and outfitted into classrooms. And we took teachers and paras into the developments, and the children and their parents came aboard. We had lessons for the children, and we had educational activities for the parents, parenting and also improving their own educational status. We also had, I was part of the HIPPY program, and many of you have heard about the HIPPY program, and the HIPPY program also kind of parallels what we are trying to do. So I guess what I was thinking is that there's always that population that needs what we are here to talk about today. And after I retired, and an interesting thing there, I retired to take care of twin grandbabies. And I actually did with them what I taught my teachers to do in the classrooms. Every week we had an excursion day that we went somewhere, and it was an educational experience. But I was called at some point to head up Head Start. And when I was called for that, and I prayed over it, and I said, I must not have prayed right, because I said, no, I don't think I'm ready for this. I believe that I have passed that time. But then I met Dan Chavez one day, and Dan said he wanted to talk to me about something. And so when the Lord called this time, I said, here I am, Lord. I come to do your will. So today, I am here to introduce to you the collaborative partners of this new project, HOMESTART, that we hope we won't have to reinvent another time. All right, first of all, I would like to say that we are fortunate that the mayor's office has partnered with HOMESTART project to connect families in communities with the resources, and particularly to connect with Healthy Baton Rouge initiative. Now, Dr. Pamela Rivera-Jones is here, and we want to welcome her and ask that she come and say some words to us from the mayor's office.
So good morning, everyone. Good morning. So I'm honored to be here with you today, and I stand on behalf of Mayor Sharon Weston Broome. Unfortunately, because of schedule conflicts, Mayor Broome's not able to be here with you. But I stand in proxy as one of her Assistant Chief Administrative Officers to bring congratulations to this wonderful project. This opportunity, which we celebrate with HOMESTART Early Childhood Education and Technology Project, is phenomenal. This opportunity will provide families with the resources they need to access early childhood education services and the information that's needed in order to function for success. Additionally, this grant will help families within our community to alleviate the barriers that they face in this digital world. While the city parish government is not the authority that oversees education in Baton Rouge, Mayor Broome recognizes that the importance of school readiness and educational opportunities for children are critical. Since research shows that children's formative years have a significant influence on their life outcomes, it is incumbent upon us to ensure that this foundation is strong. If I'm not mistaken, in a recent meeting, I was told that only 34% of the children in the population are actually prepared and ready with a seat for early childhood in kindergarten. And because of this, for the past 4 years, in the future, Mayor Broome's administration will continue to work fervently alongside our community partners to expand opportunities for early childhood development. These truly are the formative years. In this initiative, alongside the Mayor's Cradle to K, which is being led by one of our colleagues, Dr. Tamara Wade, and our city parish Head Start program, which is led by Ms. Vernadine Mabry. Both of the ladies are here today. This is our initiative on the part of the administration to help to lead in this space and to bring to the community, as our Head Start has done for the over 40 plus years. On behalf of Mayor Broome and the administration, along with myself and my colleagues who are here today, not only do we thank you for being here, we thank you for the role that you play. We thank you for the commitment to education, and we thank you for helping the families who are most in need to be able to get the resources that their children need in order to have a head start in education. Thank you so much, and thank you on behalf of Mayor Sharon Weston Broome.
Thank you so much. And please tell Mayor Broome that we are most appreciative of her involvement with this and also sending someone to represent her today. The East Baton Rouge Parish Housing Authority is represented by Mr. J. Daniels, and he is the executive director. And I've already mentioned something about our initial services with that program. So we want to thank you for your partnership, and we want to hear from you at this time.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today is a good day, and I hope
Yes.
you're as excited as I am about this opportunity. On behalf of the East Baton Rouge Parish Housing Authority, which is represented by our board of directors here, Ms. Diana Payton, Mr. Al Barone, Mr. Jay Goday, and our Choice Neighborhoods Director, Ms. Janelle Brown. Today is truly an exciting day. A couple of years ago, the Housing Authority launched Access. Access is our transformational strategy, which leverages our housing opportunities to create greater outcomes in education, economic opportunities, and health and wellness. And I'm gonna say that one more time: education, economic opportunities, and health and wellness. We feel as though if we can address poverty within our community, we have the tools to eradicate it, education being that primary tool. Last year, we rolled out Access with great success through our Tech Ready program and our partnership with EBR Schools, through our community gardens that we're implementing at all of our housing developments and communities, and also our Beds for Kids, which provides a good night's rest for our families. Today represents an additional investment in our children, in our families. If we can address poverty, then we have the opportunity today to address the future of Baton Rouge, and that's education. And so we're appreciative of the partnership that we have with the Baton Rouge Childhood Early Education Program. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Mr. Dan Chavis. Today is a bright day. Today is an investment in our children and our families, and we thank you for the partnership and opportunity. Thank you.
And we thank you for your partnership, because you are going to provide the families and the children who we will serve. And they're already there waiting for us, I know. The Louisiana Bureau of Minority Health Access, Mr. Rudy Macklin, who is the director, has joined the project as a partner to promote healthy families. And so we'd like to hear from Mr. Macklin at this time.
Thank you all, and good morning. When Dan Chavis calls you with a project, you know, all I do is just say, help tell me how much it's gonna set me back. And when Pat Smith called me, I got to get up right away and say, tell me what you have, because I know it's gonna be good. With the Bureau of Minority Health Access, we study issues related to the delivery of and access to health and social services that affects racial and ethnic minorities. We identify gaps in the social services delivery system as well, and health systems. And when Dan came to me with this project, HOMESTART, I'm like, well, wait a minute, this is a great opportunity, because between the Bureau of Minority Health Access and also the Governor's Council on Fitness, which I run that division as well, we have over 285,000 children that we test their fitness levels statewide in 51 parishes. With this project, when the kids go through this HOMESTART, I'm gonna flag these children and track them and test their physical activity levels, because we associate physical activity with good learning behaviors and their cognitive and the memory and thinking when it comes to academics. And so this is definitely one of the things that I look forward to seeing and being a part of, not only with my financial support, but also with all the partners I have around the state when you're ready to go statewide, and all the parishes that I serve and underserved parishes. And when I go to these parishes, and I see the high poverty levels and what the children go through, this program will be the one that will probably lift them up out of their situation or circumstances. And so I'm just proud to be a partner. Been knowing Dan and Pat for a long time. I know it's a program that we can really sink our teeth into and put both feet into it. And I just look forward to working with them as long as I'm here. You got my support, not only from the Governor's Council on Fitness, but also my Bureau of Minority Health Access, and also all the partners and networking capabilities that I have statewide at your disposal. So call me at any time, and I urge everybody to just join in with us, and we can do our best to make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mackey. And it really shows you that this program is going to address the whole child. And that, of course, when we address the whole child, you have to address the child, their family, and their environment. But that whole child includes his physical, cognitive, emotional, and educational aspects. So we have tried to bring in partners that are going to address all of those issues. Now, one of the partners that was mentioned earlier was LPB, Louisiana Public Broadcasting. Is someone here representing LPB? Oh, yes, wonderful, great, great. Now, this particular aspect of the project brings to us something called Bright by Text. And I don't want to try to steal their thunder. I'm going to let them tell us what it's all about. Thank you.
That's okay. Good morning. I'm Nancy Touraine. I'm the educational manager at LPB, and I'm so thrilled to be here this morning. Mr. Dan, you sure do know how to round up the best of the best. Mr. Dan and I have been talking for about almost over a year now, and we are thrilled to be offering a parenting texting initiative called Bright by Text. And this initiative sends parents about 3 to 4 text messages a week, and it empowers them to be better parents, and it helps get their children ready to learn. These messages are for children ages prenatal to 8 years old. They are developmentally appropriate, so parents will provide the child's birth date. And they will get a variety of messages having to do with health, education, behavior, fun activities to do, educational activities, and they also will receive local messages according to their zip code. So LPB is able to provide them messaging like great things that are happening here at the library, or it might be a free food giveaway in their community. So it's a way for us to really touch these families and make a difference through Bright by Text. So we're so excited. Mr. Dan, thank you for including us. We appreciate it.
Is there another group that we are to? The library? Yes, okay. And who's representing the library?
Abby Arnold.
Okay, come on, please, come up. Yes, the library.
And we're glad to partner with y'all for this. My name is Abby Arnold. I was head of children's services here for 21 years. And for the last couple of years, I represent a brand new section of the public library. It's called Special Literacy Projects. While everybody else was in their homes during May and June, I was in a car delivering books to different organizations because kids in the inner city were out at these organizations. And we wanted to make sure they were still getting books during the pandemic. So I was delivering books to all these organizations. I think about when I first started with the library and children's services, we had a gentleman who would come in every day after school with his 2 children, every day. Didn't make a difference what time of the year. And he said to me one time, he says, "We're on welfare. We have very little. But I have the richest children in this parish because they use the public library. The public library is the great equalizer because it's free and open to everyone." So we have a number of programs for children, for very young children along with it. We have a wonderful program called 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten. Children need to hear 1,000 books before they start school. Now, it can be the same book read over and over again. Children learn by repetition. which is fine. It's a free program. They can sign up at any of our public libraries, and they get prizes along the way to keep them going with, keep the parents going with reading the books to them. It doesn't have to be library books. It can be any books. We have a number of other programs too, and we hope that when this program goes on, that the parents will come in and use the public libraries, because we're here for them. We'd like to get library cards to all of them. So we're glad to be here and working with you. Just let me know what you need. Thank you.
And that rounds out the whole sphere of partnerships and services that we plan to bring with this HOMESTART program. So we want to thank all of you for your partnership, and I would like at this time to invite Mr. Dan. Pat, you're coming back up? Okay. Oh.
Dan's shy.
Dan is shy. Nobody
At
looked
least
at
he
me.
says he is. At least he's not that Dan. He's definitely not shy. Yesterday, and I'm so glad to hear from everyone who is working with us, but I was asked a question yesterday. What does this collaborative mean to the business community? And the business community has been talking about foundation learning for some time. They've actually pushed the state into putting a little bit more money into early childhood education in their programs. But the basic investment in early childhood is ensuring that every child who goes through the door of any schoolhouse has the ability to learn to read. Because when you learn to read, you read to learn. And it's so important that every organization who works with children invest in those children, because the outcomes from what we do today gives us a future that we can all be proud of for our children. And so without financial help, you really can't do this. And so that's the other way that the economy can profit from early childhood education. And we are so, so, so glad that when we presented what we had about this program, we were invited to put in for the grant that the Blue Cross Blue Shield Louisiana Foundation had. And you'll never know the excitement that I had when I was told we got the grant. So I'd like to have Dan Chavis, Dan Bornay, my friend, and Chloe come forward, please. Chloe Wiley, come forward. They are from Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I'm going to give you a chance to say something, Dan. Come on.
Ma'am, you're not the oldest person here. Sonny Cranch is the oldest person here. Rudy Macklin, two-time All-American, 32 rebounds in one game. People forget that, but what they'll never forget is the dedication that you have shown this community by staying in Louisiana instead of going back to Kentucky and investing your life in the futures of other people, their health, and their education. Thank you. They don't roll the chairman of the foundation out for many things, but I wanted to be here today for two reasons. First of all, I want to thank the educators who are making this project possible. I used to could name the presidents in order, backwards and forwards. I was real proud of that. I couldn't name the first 5 now, but I can tell you the name of every teacher I've had from first grade, no kindergarten back in the 50s, from first grade all through graduate school. Teachers have a lot more impact on people than presidents do, and thank you for your vocation and your commitment to education. I love teachers so much. I married one 52 years ago. Secondly, when I heard that Pat Smith was involved in this, I knew it had to be a winner. I have known her for over 40 years. In everything she has done in her personal life, in her business life, and in her public service life, in everything she has been totally committed to compassion, totally committed to young people, totally committed in making sure everyone has an opportunity to be at a level where they can learn as early as possible in their lives. And this is the type of project that we at this foundation embrace. We love the opportunity to participate. We want to learn what you do right. We also want to learn what your challenges are, because if we can grow this effort here, we want to do it. If we can replicate it in other towns and cities in the state, we want to do that as well. And so from our board, we want to thank you for the opportunity to participate. Now, Chloe Wiley, my colleague, has done all of the heavy lifting on this, and she'll have a few more comments about the foundation, okay? She's got the money.
Thank you, Dan. And it is a truly an honor to be surrounded by so many educators and passionate community members. I'm Chloe Wiley, the Initiatives Manager at the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana Foundation. And on behalf of the foundation, we are grateful for this opportunity to partner with such a unique initiative to ensure that every child is school ready. As a former elementary school principal myself, I've seen firsthand how far too many of our children start school behind. Research tells us that a child's earliest years will be the most influential on outcomes later in life, especially as it relates to health. That's why we believe it's important to rally together as a community to help every kid get access to early childhood health and learning opportunities. And the Baton Rouge Early Childhood Education Collaborative is doing just that. We're hopeful that the HOMESTART program will be a standard for how communities can connect with kids and their parents early, and for how they can use high-quality, free programming to spark a lifelong love of learning. It is with great pleasure that we present a special projects grant for $100,000 today to launch the start of this game-changing initiative for our children.
Come on, Chloe. Dan.
Social distancing.
The check's big enough.
Yes, it is. Look the short ones in the middle.
All right, look right over here. Hi. Very big smiles to you. Thank you. Right here?
Dan, we're here.
Yeah, big smile.
Dan.
We heard what that said about you. We're good. Thank y'all. Congratulations.
I can attest to the fact that the gratitude that we have for Blue Cross for taking a chance on us is really important, because without financial backing from anyone, no group can be successful in whatever it is they choose to do. So we're not only, thankful for Blue Cross Blue Shield, but they've got me as the arm of going to look for more money. So I'll be out there looking for more money to make sure that this collaborative is sustainable. And it is indeed a great opportunity. So Dan, Chloe, Michael, tell him thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Before I leave from here, I have one more request. I want all of you to join me in thanking somebody, Sonny Krantz. Without all of his work, we would not be here today. Sonny says he's a volunteer, and he's volunteered with us, but he is the most valuable volunteer that we have for what we've done here today. So give Sonny a hand. Thank you so much, Sonny. And I'd also like to recognize a few more people. Now, Jay has already recognized his board members present, and I'd like to recognize Ms. Belinda Davis, who is with the Bessie board. Thank you for being here. And we have Ms. Bernadine Mabry, who's going to be a big part of this program with helping us with workforce issues, and as well as collaborating with the Head Start program. We have Dr. Tamara Wade, who is here to help us as well, Katie Cradle. I know there are other folks here from the mayor's office. I don't know who they are, though. So would y'all get up and introduce yourselves who are here? Is there anybody else here? There's some other people that came in. I'm sorry? Oh, Clarence Copeland from LPB is here, right?
LPB, the deputy director
Correct,
of LPB.
yeah.
Is here, he's representing, Beth Courtney was originally scheduled, but she contacted someone with COVID
Right.
and felt
She's in
uncomfortable about,
quarantine, right?
coming here today, but, anyway.
Yeah. And
Thankful that
my good
LPB
friend in
is well
education,
represented.
yeah, my good friend in education, Linda Johnson, is here. Linda, I called her to tell her about it. She said she's gonna be here. She's a former Bessie member, and she's now working with the GEO Charter School program. So thank you, Linda, for being here. Now, who are the other folks? Yes. Oh, Miss Webb, okay, from the East Baton Rouge Parish School, but we never met. And I'm so glad you are here because you are going to help us through working through the collaborative that you're working with as well for early childhood. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you. And you? Great, great. Thank you so much. And down the road, we know that EBR is going to be a part of this. We really, we tried to do this and show that we can do something, and then we'll bring in everybody else. But I can't thank all of you enough for being here this morning to help us jumpstart this program. And I'm sure that we'll be calling on everybody that is here today to help us be successful in this program. Thank you, thank you, thank you.